welcome to Christy's Stampin' Spot. I'm Christy. I'm an independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator here in the United States. Welcome to my Thursday's double feature and happy St. Patrick's Day. So I have a couple of super cute cards that we're going to make today with the suit and tie dies. And let's go ahead and get started. I've got a couple things to show you. So excited. Yay. Okay, so let's turn you guys down. My banner. Yay! Okay. Oh my gosh, I'm so sorry for going on late today. I had it all ready to start, and then my mannequin, which is what I use my studio, is like, we must update. And that means you have to update it and go through the admin, and then, I don't know if you guys had to do the updating, and then you have to restart your computer. It's always a thing, right? And it's always when you're like, I think I got it all ready, I'm ready to go. Luckily, it wasn't Facebook this time. It was just my studio, because when Facebook changes stuff, then I really get lost. But I'm glad you guys are here. I hope you guys are going to have great St. Patrick's Day. I did make a couple of projects. I think I showed these on my Facebook page. I might have showed them before, but I actually made these little pots with that cactus builder punch. And then I just, cut out a little piece bar and two little pieces to go underneath. And then this is that ornate layers die. And then this is the Lucky for You stamp, and it does say Lucky to Know You, which I thought was super cute. So, and this is one that I made first, and this is that the designer series paper that was from that Sunshines and Rainbows. So it was one of the celebration papers, and I cut this out. I just fussy cut this out. And then I did these little coins, or actually the circles. I think they're from the Whirl, Give It a Whirl dies. And I actually going to use the heart, little bitty heart from that die too. But I die cut all these little things, and they were like, oh, it was a lot to die cut. And then, I used little glue dots, and I actually was able to use my glue dots for my paper pumpkin, because those are tiny, to make that work, which I thought it turned out really lovely. But then this is my second one, and then I realized, oh my gosh, I should just use our gorgeous gold sequins from our sequins for everything, and those went on with like glue dots, and that was so much easier than having to die cut all those little things out. I did die cut the rainbow with the brilliant rainbow dies, and then the May the Luck of the Irish go double for you. That's actually a stamp. We're going to use that stamp today. That is in A Wish for Everything. So that, and this background, of course, is from the Sunshine and Rainbows. I love that. That's the only bad part about Celebration ending is I just love all the Celebration paper, and I still have a little bit left, but I love all of these sequins. And I really like the ones that don't have the hole in the middle. Makes it really nice for crafting. So, okay, we are going to make these two cards today. So I love this Expressions of Ink Specialty Designer Series paper, and the suit, we're going to use the suit and tie dies. So let me go ahead and pull this up. And I know that you guys know that the new annual catalog is going to be out, and we almost never keep our designer series paper. So this specialty designer series paper is probably going to retire in May 2nd, even though I love it so much. But we're actually going to use, and I don't even know if this one's going to stay around either. It's a great stamp set. I think it's actually the most expensive that's in our catalog. It's $39. It's a double stamp set, and I've actually pulled one of them down. It has like all of the holidays, and then it has some really nice sentiments to go inside, and we're actually going to use it because we're going to use the Happy St. Patrick's Day, as well as May the Luck of the Irish go double for you. And that is from A Wish for Everything on page 14. So it's a real red rubber stamp set. It's a double stamp set, and that means so this has got all the little words, and then there's another one that has all the bigger sentiments that look great for inside. So, but we're only using these ones today. And then we're also going to use the suit and tie dies, and I really like them. I don't think I use them as much as I should, because they're super cute, the suit and tie. I think, when the catalog first came out and we got that gorgeous designer series paper, I did make this cute little suit and tie and this is that designer series paper that is one of the free host ones, that giant pack of paper. It's so cute. I love these dies. So if you don't have them, I would definitely get them. They're super fabulous. And they're really easy to use. So I went ahead and die cut all the pieces out. So you guys don't have to watch me go through all of the the cutting. But you can find these fabulous dies on page 166. There, love. And of course, you guys know where the designer series paper is. And in here, I didn't have it blocked right here. Page 131 is where you can see the designer series paper that we're going to use today. And I just couldn't help using this fabulous dark shaded spruce with the gold throughout. Oh, it's so pretty. And I was like, oh, that's green for St. Patrick's Day. So that is what we're using today. Very excited. Check to make sure. Looks like my sound is working. Hi, Natalie. My daughter's in half. She is done with school. She had art today. She was using charcoal for the first time. She's very excited. So these are the two cards, and we're going to start with, the one that looks less fancy, but they're both pretty easy to make. This one just has the seafoam green with that gorgeous expressions of ink specialty designer series tie. And I'm going to make the little 4-leaf clover. That's where we're going to use the heart dies. And then for the other card, we're going to make the full suit and tie with the gold foil lapels. But let's make this one first. Set that aside. As you can see, I'm still using my fabulous in color. This is grid paper. You can still get this. These are our colors that are retiring. I'm so sad. Okay, so let's get all the things we need out of here. Okay, so we're going to start with a shaded spruce card base, and it is 8.5 by 11, and I've cut it at the 4 1/4, right, and scored it in 5.5. Shaded spruce, love it. Looks so pretty with it. And then I took the soft seafoam, and this soft seafoam I used the stitched rectangle dies. So at first I was going to just put a panel, and you can just put a panel down on here, but I just like if you use the biggest of these rectangle dies, so nice. Now I do have a tip when you're using this and you're going to make this pretty like this. Sometimes, especially with the soft seafoam, I find that it'll pick up if I've got like a lot. If I use my cutting plates are really marked up. Like I use them until they break practically. And sometimes some of that texture will transfer, especially to foil, but sometimes to some of the softer, like soft seafoam. I'm not sure why that one does, but when I cut it out, I put the soft seafoam down when I made my sandwich and put my rectangle, the die on top, and then I actually used a piece of copy paper or printer paper, and I just laid it on top, and that helps that you don't, when you run it through your machine, you're not pressing all that texture that's like cut into your plate onto your panel, so that you can get it nice and smooth and pretty. And of course, if you ever do that and you get it all yucky, don't throw it away. Just dry emboss it, like with the texture. What is it? The tasteful texture. I think tasteful textiles. The embossing folder. That it's just so busy it'll be great. So you don't have to throw that away and use it even if you've got a mar. It's not pretty. It's marred, and then it looks pretty again. But I then also, so I did the same thing with the pocket. You can see this one didn't get cut up as much. If you can see, I don't know if you can see it, but you can see where it actually has the impression from my my plate onto the copy paper, which kept my my little pocket nice. So these dies are all in the suited they're suit and ties. And so the pocket is a stitch pocket, which is why I thought the stitch rectangles work so well. Like that. And then we're going to use the collar. Now the collar, I want to say when you guys are die cutting this one out, be sure that when you're pulling it out of, taking it out of your die, that you definitely use the little ejection holes on each side. So don't just like peel up and try to peel it through this. This is a really tiny link, and it's easily torn. So you want to make sure you get all of the ejection holes up and then lift it. So you're not pulling it through on this little piece. You don't want to put too much pressure there because it will rip and that'll make you sad. So we don't want you to be sad. And then I actually die cut out the tie from our gorgeous, this is the gorgeous Expressions of Ink Specialty Designer Series paper. And they do have a piece. So if you look at this, they have a piece. I think this is one where if you were going to do it where you wanted to do a different color, you can do a top knot on top. They have that piece on here. We have buttons. There's suspenders. But we are going to do, so for this one, we just need the collar and the pocket. And here's my collar. I'm just going to glue those on, and then there's my pocket. And then we're going to make the little heart. And I actually use that tiny heart, that little tiny heart. That is from the Give It a Whirl dies. And I love these Give It a Whirl dies. They are fabulous, not just to make the whirl, but these, I find the dies are just so useful. They have like little stars, there's hearts, there's clouds. I thought I had like the little coin ones. Oh, right here. See these little circles? These are the ones I used to make the coins for the for my first card for this one right here. I 3 at a time. I did a bunch. These good. It took forever, but if you need it, that is fantastic. So I really do. These are. I found that these dies are way more versatile than just to make that really cute whirly motion die, because I love these stitch hearts. Especially I use them a bunch Valentine's Day, but they work so good to make your 4-leaf clover. So that's actually, so I die cut 3 of those out, and we're just going to put them on a glue dot and form our shamrock, and then I'm just going to fussy cut out like a stem, and that's all we need to make that. So let's go ahead and build our card front, and then we will stamp our sentiment this way, so we lose all these things. Let's do that card. I'm getting those up. These are the Precious Parcel cards. Oh, that's so cute. Those should be up on my blog, I think probably later today. I was trying to get that up before I did this one, but I did not. I'm just not getting things done as quickly as I'm used to. Okay, so we're going to build our card front first. And then you just really want to make sure when you're putting on your collar that you get it in a good, in the center, or where you want it so it's, your pocket will fit on one side, right? Because you want to make sure you put your pocket. And then I'm just going to butt it up against, let me see if I can make it. Let me. There we go. Get a little bit, so you guys can see me a little bit better. Awesome. Go. Just like that. So there is our collar. And then we're going to put our pocket right here, and then we're going to put our tie right here. And I'm actually going to use the mini Stampin' Dimensionals to attach my tie. Because you can also cut down your bigger ones if you want. But I'm just going to use 2 at the bottom. That way I don't have to get out my scissors. Take these off. Such a cute tie. I love this designer series paper. So when I was going through all my paper thinking, what can I do? to make a St. Patrick's Day card with, I was looking for green for this, and I was like, oh my gosh, I was so excited when I remembered that I had this designer series paper because it is so beautiful. I love it so much. I'm just going to use some glue to add my little pocket. On there, just like that. Awesome. And then I'm going to use my glue dots to build my little shamrock. So I'm going to need my little hearts and 3 little hearts. Okay. So I'm just going to tear a little piece of this off and then build it. So I'm going to do like that. See that? Make sure I'm in the space. And I'm going to add one to the back of this one. I liked it better when our glue dots went the other way. I liked it so much better when the glue dots went the other way, but I'm making it work. And then I'm just going to take a scrap that I've had and my paper. You're going to get a bunch of scrap of this when you're doing, after you make the card, when you get all your pieces out. So you just need a little stem. It's not that much. Just fussy cut it out at a little bit of an angle. And then I'm going to turn these over. Just stick that on the back. Let's see how we want it to look. And you just super cute. How cute is that? Can you see that? I don't know if you can. Let me put this on here. Let me get one more glue dot on the back. And then I will see if I can get it to come forward better. So you can see it. Oops, I turned it. Right there. Oh, love, love, love. Okay. See that? That gold, with same gold paper. Awesome. So you get the little hearts. Shows the little, all its little whatever. Move it around a little bit. There we go. Awesome. Okay. And then we're just going to glue this down to our card front. Then we're going to stamp our sentiment. It's really, to get all this die cuts out. I love this die cut, these dies. This is really simple, but it looks so awesome when we're done. Okay, there we go. Awesome, almost there. Then we need our sentiment. So for our sentiment, we are going to need a piece of the seafoam green as well as a piece of the gold. And I've already pulled my stamps off. We're going to use, from the set, we're going to use the Big Happy and then the St. Patrick's Day, which is little right there. Now usually I would say don't put all of them all on the same thing because that can be problems. But we are going to, I've already got it. I've tried it enough times that it works with the St. Patrick's and the Day on the same stamp. And I'm going to be using the shaded spruce. I really like the shaded spruce. Looks so pretty. And it goes so nicely with this this paper. So I'm going to ink up my happy. And I'm going to just fussy cut this out. You can also use your happy. You can also use your paper trimmer. I almost have to stand up. Head. Sure, get that on my knife. Very good. Muy bien. So there's our happy St. Patrick's Day. Go ahead and close this. So you can use your trimmer. I know I usually fussy cut everything, but you don't have to. You can use your trimmer to do that. I don't know if you guys... so back in the day, before I was making card tutorials, I almost always just trimmed up my sentiments and stuff this way instead of just figuring out what size it needs and then stamping on it. I would always stamp it and then cut it. How do you guys do your stamps? Just like that. And then you can just, should fit pretty good. Let's see. This is pretty nice. Cut my... But I will have on my blog, I'll have all of the, about the right size, the sizes, so that you can cut it. Oh, perfect. Just like that. So you'll know how to cut that out. To do that, add a little bit of glue to the back. Just have to be careful when you're using glue with the foil so it doesn't smudge and get everywhere. I just still love the glue because it does give me a little bit of wiggle room. You can use your seal also. Go. And then we're going to use a glue dot and a Stampin' Dimensional. I definitely want to get a big Stampin' Dimensional out for this. So we're going to put it on the side. This is the happy, or the front, or this side, right, that we read. That's going to have the Stampin' Dimensional. And then the other side will have the glue dot. Because we're going to attach it to the tie, just to hold it in place. Ah! You can see that? I didn't let it dry. And it smooshed. Come on. Nope, I'm not going to be able to do it. I have to let it. I'm just afraid I'm going to make the foil all not using enough pressure. There we go. I love my Take a Pick tool. It works so awesomely. I need to remember to use it more often. As a first resort instead of the last. And then we're just going to put that on there so it goes over the tie a little bit. Just like that. How easy and fabulous is that? Love, love, love. Okay, and then so we're going to do the inside. And on the inside, we need a piece of white. And I always use the basic white, and my inside is always 3 7/8 by 5 1/8. And we're going to just do the May the luck of the Irish go double for you. So we'll go ahead and put that on the inside. I'm going to stamp that here. Awesome. And then let's do it on the back of our card as well. Fabulous. And then, I want to put that on, but I need to let me put the ink away, and then I'll build it on top. And then I always add the strips on the back. And I use, it's a half inch by 4. My normal strip. You can always, of course, it doesn't have to be that. It can be whatever you guys have that you want to add to the back. You can also add, like you can make the little hearts for four-leaf clover on the back too if you want. It's your card. You can make anything you want. I just really like to add stuff on the back and use the designer series paper to pull it through. Pull that theme through because it's so pretty. This designer series paper is so gorgeous. Like I said, May 2nd, we don't know if it's going to retire yet. We won't know until next week when the new catalog gets out and we see the retired list. Usually our designer series paper does not stay. Very sad. This paper is just so gorgeous. Love, love, love it so much. I'll definitely be getting a couple extra packs. And if you haven't yet, I would definitely get it because it is so beautiful. Okay, now I'm going to use my Stampin' Up! Logo. Yay! And there we go. Now our first card is done. So it's definitely not as complicated, but it's a lovely, just a little, use those dies, and then of course that little bit of that paper just goes a long way. And that's our first Happy St. Patrick's Day card, the suit and tie dies. So let's start on the second card. So our second card needs, set that down, is a little bit more complicated. Let's pull out our sample so I can have something to look at right there. We need, again, the same. We need a inside card, or inside layer. Okay, we're again using the shaded spruce card base, and it again is 8.5 by 11. So if I had one piece of the shaded spruce and I cut it to 4 1/4, I can make both of these card bases from one sheet of the shaded spruce cardstock. So it's 4 1/4 and it's scored at 5.5. And then I wanted to cut a piece of gold foil, and then I just cut this foil. I didn't use my any of the stitch dies. It's just regular cut foil, and it is at the 5 3/8 by 4 1/8. So it's going to give a little bit of a border around our shirt. And then I went ahead and cut it's just a regular piece of the soft seafoam, and that's at 4 5 1/4, which is just going to layer right on top. And then I went ahead and I die cut my designer series paper with the V, and that is with, get that out, this piece here. And then when you're die cutting this out, it doesn't go all the way to the edge. So there's like a little bit of a lip, and you want your when you cut your paper, you want it to actually cut out. So make sure what I usually do when I'm putting it on this is I set my die on here, and then I will make sure when I flip it over that it gets just to that edge right there. And then I'll use a piece of washi tape or the Post-it. I have the I use the Amazon. I got it on Amazon, the Post-it note tape, and it works super cute, super awesome to hold down my die so it doesn't move while I'm rolling it through, but also because I really want to make sure. And then definitely after you cut it, and then you cut your lapels, you want to make sure they match before you put them down. And that's the next thing you do is you cut your lapels. And I will include the measurement that I used to find the gold, because you want to use the littlest amount of the gold as you want. And as you can see here, I put a piece of, I use a piece of the copy paper too when I do this, because that way it keeps this piece nice. But I didn't use a big enough piece when I cut out the first time. I don't know if you can see it. There's a little, that circle right there. That's actually, I have a pretty pristine, like, I think I only used it like 4 or 5 times, my new cutting plates. But one of them had that circle right there, and it pretty much transferred right to the gold. So make sure that if you want to keep your gold without any marks on it, to use a piece of printer paper because it's pretty thin, so it shouldn't change your sandwich like a cardstock shim would, but it will keep your foil nice. Don't forget to do that. And then you need to make sure that it fits. So I cut that, of course, with this piece here. Just ran it through, and then it's just going to go on there, just like that. So make sure that the V down here and the edges meet at the top, so that when you glue it down, it'll be good, which is awesome. Because the trickiest part is we're going to have to build the next pieces, which is with our, we need the shirt front. And the shirt front is this long piece right here with the stitching. And I cut that out in the soft seafoam. And so, of course, I just cut it out, and it's a little bit longer, so we're going to trim that down with our paper snips. And then we need our bow tie. And I cut the bow tie and our collar. We needed to do another collar like we did with the other card. And then our bow tie. So again, the collar. And I used the smaller of the two bow ties because this one almost looks like a hair ribbon. That one matches because bow ties are cool. And then, of course, our shirt collar. Make sure we're going to put that on there like that. And we have our bow tie. And then I cut out the buttons. And again, you want to cut out a piece, and I'll let you know. I'll have it in my on my blog what the size of this paper is, but it's about 3/4 of an inch by an inch, I think. Yeah, by an inch of gold foil, and that cuts out the 6 buttons. Really nice. I put those right here on the back of this post-it note so I don't lose them. And then they also had the seafoam green. So I like the seafoam green if you think that the gold is too much. You can, of course, do them in seafoam green, but I just really like the way the gold buttons pop. It's very nice. I like that. And, of course, we're going to need two more pieces of the designer series paper that's a 1/2 inch by 4 for the back and the inside panel. Make sure I get that nice and cleaned off. But if you notice, I don't have a sentiment on the front because you just don't want to take away from how cute this is. As you can see, too, I also have just a little bit smaller, this panel. And that is because when I cut my piece the first time, I kind of lined it up from this edge, like I mentioned, from the top of the edge, and then it didn't cut all the way through. And so the piece didn't come out, and then the lapels didn't fit right. So I just trimmed it with my trimmer, which you can totally do. And again, it looks okay with a little bit of a more gold of the gold border on the top. But this one, hopefully I won't have to adjust it at all. But we'll see how that goes. Okay, so let's go ahead and build our card front. So I'm going to set these aside, and I'm going to just do this piece first. But before I glue everything down, I gotta make sure, because you never cut your, you never get this V completely. I mean, it's pretty close that it's the same size, but it's not quite the same size on each side. So you want to make sure that you're going to put your, I'm going to go ahead and put this down. Which way do I want it? I think it goes this way. No, not with the V. I do it the other way. I can get it out. I'm just so afraid I'm going to hurt my... There we go. Okay. Yeah, because that goes over the top. I'll get this way. Okay. So I'm going to use this as my guide. So I want this to be kind of in the middle of there. Now don't push really hard on the bottom of the lapels, because we're going to slide that, like we're going to slide this piece underneath. So this is the strip with the stitch edges. I'm just going to add a little bit of glue. And I'm just going to add it right here to the bottom of it so it's centered. Then after I've got that underneath, then I'll push this down. And then we will just cut this piece off. Awesome! Now we can put the green on. Love this paper so much. So like the suit jacket. This gorgeous paper is so pretty. This whole pack is gorgeous. And I was thinking, my grandfather would do, he was Protestant. He would always wear orange on St. Patrick's Day. So if you have those that wear orange on St. Patrick's Day, there's also another gorgeous orange piece in this pack of paper that's very similar. You could totally make a jacket like that too. Not pretty? Oh, love it. Muy bien. Okay, and then we need to add the foil. On top. See that good? Like that. So I did get my hair cut yesterday. As you can tell, it is much shorter. It's so nice. I'm like all ready for summer. But as I just got it cut yesterday, it's not sure how it likes to be done. So this one side's curling funny. It's going to take me a while. And I don't know if you guys have ever had like super curly. Mine isn't like super curly, but I definitely have. I don't blow dry my hair because it'll just frizz. But if there's any water content, so back east, I have to I can't go to bed with wet hair because otherwise I'll wake up with it's just it's very big. But I find that if my hair is not completely dry and I'm pushing my glasses, I get really funny cowlick. Nuts. All right, there you go. Look at that. How cute is that? Oh my goodness. Okay. And then we need to add our bow tie. And with the bow tie, we're going to use the little mini dimensionals again. Put one in the center and put one on each edge. Okay, I got that one off center. There you go. It fits right in there really nice. If you get it, there you go. Hold your tongue just right. There you go. Just love this paper. It's so cute. Okay. Put that in there. Oh, so pretty. I love that tie. Isn't that adorable? Love, love, love. Okay. And then we have to put on our little buttons. So with the buttons, again, in my glue dots, which means it's running around over here. And I love my Take a Pick tool for this specifically. Okay, so we need, and I know I had some trouble getting them out of here, and I just used my putty end tip, and I think I just had to pick it. One of them I had to try to grab it twice. The first time it went out pretty good. Oop, I just got a box just came to my house. A UPS guy just came by. I'll have to get that after I'm done. So put that here. Just going to add them to the glue dots. So you can also, instead of putting them here, you could put them on the glue dots to begin with. It's probably easier than having two steps, but okay. So then I'm going to put 4 buttons. So with that one there, this one right there. And there. And then I need another glue dot. Sure, I got all the glue off that one. Pick that up. Get on there. Oh, so nice. And set there. So I got a new phone this week too. I went ahead and upgraded to my S22, and I only had a Galaxy 9, so the S22 has got a lot more bells and whistles. But I did not get the Plus or the Ultra. I didn't think I could hold it in my hand because it's not as big. But on the S9 there is a little audio jack, and I really don't like the earbuds. I like the ones that go over your ears. So I actually I had to order a converter jack thing to be able to use my favorite, I love my Philips over the ear headphones. So that was probably what was going. My husband actually did make he just built a brand new work table in the garage. And he also ordered like a special mat thing that goes on the front. So that could be what it is too. Who knows? But there's always something fun coming. But I know it's not Stampin' Up! Because I got my Stampin' Up! Stuff the other day, which I love. Love, love, love when you get those brown boxes full of your stamping goodies. Okay, and then we're just going to put that on top of there like that. Oh, isn't that awesome? Oh my gosh. So cute. Again, be careful with the glue because you don't want it to get all over your gold foil. Now, you can. I did not have a chance to think about it, but if you're like low on foil and you don't want to use a full panel, you can always cut like a smaller panel out of the center because you only need the edge. So if you want to save your foil, you can totally do that. This one, there's enough built on this so you don't need to. And if you were just going to put one thing on top and you were afraid that it would show, right, or wasn't bulky enough to hold on to it, then you would definitely want to keep the full panel. But this one's fine. You don't really need it. Like that. Isn't that gorgeous? I love it. Okay. Now let's put this on. Here. And of course it comes down. Like I think it was Monday when I ordered that really cute Robbie Robot card kit. I was waiting all day. It was like, oh, and it came at like 9:30 at night. No, I guess it wasn't that late. It just seemed like it was that late. It was probably 7. I had been waiting all day for it. And of course today, my UPS comes early. You can never tell. I got glue everywhere. Looks good. It doesn't matter how hard I try. I always get glue. Glue everywhere. So if you haven't invested yet in one of these little glue, but when you're using, especially with foil, just be very careful because it seems to like go forever. You get glue on your the foil. It's so hard to get it off because you don't want to rub too hard because you do not want to rip your foil. Get a little bit, and it doesn't take much for it to get all gooey. Go. Very nice. Yay, is that pretty? Oh, love, love, love. And then again, we can make our inside layer and the back of the card. We can do this one. We can just do the St. Patrick's Day on the back. So let's see. What did I do with my shaded spruce? Like that. Yes. And happy. Awesome. That's the St. Patrick's. So if you haven't gotten this, A Wish for Everything, it is a more expensive stamp set, but it has all the things. Like it is really a nice one to have because it does have if you don't have like a specialty stamp that, some of the other stamp sets will have like Happy Valentine's Day or, Happy Anniversary. This one has all of them. I mean, it has, Merry New Year's, holiday, um, birthday, lucky you, anniversary, wishes, mothers for you. It's just such a fantastic set. The wish for everything. And we've had this in the catalog for a long time, so I don't know if it'll make the next one. It's always hard to tell what's going to stay and what's going to go. Okay, so this. Put my logo, and this is from the hand stamp from you. And that again is also in the annual catalog. It has a bunch of really cute hand stamp by. Let's just add that logo on the back because it makes it look. I think it just makes it look so. Kind of just finishes the card. Just love that. Okay, and then let's do the inside. I don't know why I put my ink away again. I'm gonna do the same thing. St. Patrick's Day. So that one worked really nice. Sometimes, definitely before you use two stamps on one block and try to stamp it at the same time, make sure you practice with it to make sure that, because if it's like, if there are variations of how deep this or how high the stamp is, if they're too different, you'll wobble and you won't get a really good impression on either one. You have a better chance of smearing it. Definitely check first. With the wishes for everything, they seem to be really close, so it's really easy to use both. I don't usually use both because I'm always afraid I'm gonna make a mess, more of a mess than just like with glue, but with the ink. Okay, I'm going to add my strip on the inside here too. Just love this. This paper is so gorgeous with that gold. Oh, I know. I loved when we were making, at the beginning, I made a bunch of gold leafing. This would probably be pretty with gold leafing too. We were going to make like a dress to go with it and then use the gold leafing. Oh, that would be pretty. Maybe I should do one of those. But I love that gold leafing. And it's so much fun to play with. It's so soft. You know, I played with that gold leafing. It's so soft. Deceptively so. It gets everywhere too, but feels fun. In there. And you don't have to use embossing. I've used my Stamp and Seal and the tear and tape to add some of that stuff to my my cards. Oh, awesome! Okay, there you go. That's how easy it is. So the dies really make making these super fabulous cards so easy. I love it so much. And again, super cute, super fun. I just really love, oh, hi, Karen. I really like, I love this paper, and so it's perfect for St. Patrick's Day. So let's see what other stuff. Don't forget, you guys, we have this really cool, let's see if I can get it to go all the way up. I have this, Savings Are in Bloom, which is 20% off of our mini cut and emboss machine, which is pretty awesome. That is such a great machine. And we have a bunch of those bundles that are in the annual catalog for 20% off. And they actually added some that haven't been a bundle in a while back together, like the sunflowers, which is gorgeous. I love those sunflowers. If you guys don't have that set, you need it. It's so beautiful. There, you can see all of these are on my, you can hit the tab in my online store to see all the things are with the Savings in Bloom promotion, but also that you can find the PDF on my website. And I will link it in the video when I'm done. We also have our fabulous Waves of the Ocean is still going on. And remember, the Waves of the Ocean, the stamp set and the dies are going to be in the new catalog, but the designer series paper, the foil, and those gorgeous gems, those will not be. Those are only while supplies last, or May 2nd. And that also goes, but the dies and the the stamp set will be in the next catalog. But the All Together collection, which is still going on, that stamp set and dies will only be available now and the designer series paper. So those will not be in the new catalog, neither will the designer series paper, but all those fabulous stamped blends. I think 3 of them still might be unorderable, but we will be getting them back in stock, and they are in the new annual catalog. So don't fear about that. You'll be able to get those. I hope you guys have a great rest of your day and happy St. Patrick's Day. Happy crafting. Bye.